Um, Hello, everyone. Welcome to another dev update with CEO Jawad Ashraf. Jawad is right now in Lahore, Pakistan. He's in the trenches with the development team. So, Jay, welcome, man. I know you don't have much time, uh, but what have you been up to in Pakistan? Any new developments? What's happening? Especially with regards to Cardano Island claims, etc. You know what the community is asking. There's one question on their mind: what date can we claim a plot of land?
Okay, well, let's start with that. The date is going to be the 30th. Okay, so
30th.
that's the planned date. So we will let everyone know to start the clock ticking after this. So after this, let marketing know. That's good. But yeah, so that's the day we're gunning for. We already have the claims system here. We've already minted assets. So over the course of the next week, you're going to see some live mints going on some parts of the map when we announce the map and show the website. And that's going to be for QA purposes. We're going to do a few live mints as well.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you can do as much as you want in test, but you can guarantee that when you do things in live environment, something is going to go wrong. So
something's going to happen, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're just going to use this.
So this is something that we can actually shout now. We're ready for it. 30th is the claim date.
That's the date. Look, at the end of the day, what I really wanted to avoid was, when we did our first phase of our land sale, the first day was just a mess, and it's only when we worked with Anvil, we got it sorted out. So this is a sort of like half of the tech is being built over here, half of the tech is Anvil. So there's a lot of cross work going on, and we're using a brand new SDK that Anvil have built. So this is the first time it's being road tested. So we've got to do a lot of test cases. I mean, I just had a meeting and there's 1,600 test cases just to run one button in the wallet.
Wow.
1,600 just for that particular, with a combination of browsers and stuff they have to do. So, and that's for one button connecting to a particular wallet. And another one's got 800 and all of this. And the QA team has got to go through it. So yeah, it's just sometimes a lot more complicated. So we're trying to be a lot more thorough. Because last time, the community was inundated with people doing edge cases, and we're going to try to cover as many as possible.
Yeah. It's better to be safe than sorry later on.
Yeah, but you know what? Something's bound to go wrong, but we're trying to minimize it as much as possible. So that's what we're trying to do here. And that's one of the reasons I'm here. I want to see everything operating in person. Plus, we've got strategic planning going all the way up until the end of next year, looking at the way that we've got the metaverse stuff up. When you're here on the ground, literally you don't sleep. Literally you have, and as it is, I was meant to be heading back on Monday, and I think I'm going to extend my trip into the middle of next week because there's just too much to do. But I need to get back.
There's actually, it's a good segue because there are a few questions regarding what does the roadmap look like, what are we doing next year, the year after, etc. So why don't we do one thing? Let's get into the questions from the Cardano community. We've picked out a few, and maybe you can help answer them. Yeah.
Sure.
So the first question is, can we use a game controller, PC enabled when the metaverse is released, to move around, navigate the vehicles, etc.? And if yes, do we have a time frame? What are your thoughts regarding that?
Well, the first thing is, and I'll reiterate, that our focus launching the metaverse is going to be the inside spaces and portaling between them, right? So that is our first emphasis. It's going to be about the domes, the brand domes, your cribs, navigating around them, customizing them, putting NFTs into them. That's our metaverse V1. Then as we launch the outside spaces, which will follow, then we're going to add more and more utility around how you can use the vehicles, what you'll be able to do with the planes, and all of those things. But our metaverse launch is going to focus on the inside stuff first. And in terms of controlling, yes, we will try to address every gameplay mode, because on mobile, you need to implement a separate controller so you can actually use it when on your mobile phone. And then if you use the desktop install, it'll have its own controller, which can be the gamepad. Then there's a web version as well. So it's just not like, sometimes you got metaverses and you just install your client and away you go. No, this has got to work across everything. So there's going to be different modes of control depending on which environment you're in. Different for desktop, different for mobile, and it's also going to be different for web.
Yeah, and I think what I can say is best for all those people who follow us and join us for the journey. They will know when things progress. They will know when these things happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next one, Jay, is will I be able to use an Oculus to go into Cardano Island? And when do you expect the VR features to be enabled in the metaverse?
All right. So VR will be last, okay, purely because there's not that many people using VR at the moment. So our priority has to be desktop, web, mobile. Those are our three. Everything that we're doing, though, however, is Oculus friendly. The port is actually very, very straightforward. And we will always have an internal build, but I want to get those three channels right first. And then once we do that, then we do the Oculus port. We've got a lot of experience with Oculus. We were playing with the 2018 demos and stuff, and we were actually wondering how to even bring those into what we have because they're so good. And that's only on the Oculus. It was Oculus first. So yeah, it'll come, and it'll come actually pretty much on the heels of whatever else we do. Mobile, desktop, and web will be first, and then Oculus will be soon after. It won't be like months after the main releases are done. You literally about a month later you'll find the Oculus build coming in because we're all fans. That's our DNA. We were actually a VR company. We were building VR games before we actually started Virtua.
Okay, very nice, man. Next one is regarding competition and features, right? So basically, multiple metaverses being developed on Cardano blockchain. What differentiates Cardano Island and Virtual Metaverse from the competition, from the competitors?
Well, they're itty-bitty metaverses, which is focused. They're very much metaverses focused around the Cardano community, and the Cardano community has got this level of engagement, and it's got they've got this level of capacity. You know, like I'm here, you know, here in Lahore. You know, I've got 180 people upstairs and downstairs. So the first thing is it'd be interesting to see how large the teams are for the other metaverse projects, because ultimately burn rate is a killer, right? And so I think with most of the metaverses, the teams are going to be substantially smaller. And as well as that, the benefits of us being in this is that because we're building a wider virtual metaverse, it means that it's going to appeal to stakeholders in a way that a very coin or ecosystem focused play won't. If you're a AAA global brand, you're generally not going to want to come to a niche, what you perceive as being a niche metaverse play based around a particular ecosystem, around one particular coin or one particular chain, right? And so if you're going to come to a ecosystem, you want to come to where you believe all the mass market are going to come to, where all the degens will come to, where you'll get all the community engagement. And that's not going to happen on one set of engaged fans. It's going to be when you bring all of those groups together. And that's fundamentally why we're different to the other projects that are on Cardano, because we've said from day one that we're a cross-chain project. Cardano is our first stop, and the Cardano members on the island are always going to be like our treasured community who are going to get a lot of the cool stuff first. But by going across communities and platforms and chains, it gets us into a situation where the large brands are going to be coming to us, and they are with us. You know, that's why we're on the F1 cars, and that's why we've got AAA game studios building games, and that's why, you know, you're going to have some of the biggest names you can imagine in fashion all of a sudden appearing on Virtua. That's spoiler alert. And you're also going to have, you know, some of the biggest stars across the world appearing that we haven't announced yet. They would never come to a very small ecosystem unless they were very much a fan of the ecosystem, and everyone's very picky about what they like and they don't like. So that's where we're different: scale, polish, and also it's about the fact that we want to engage everyone, you know? And the network effect is something that all the founders of Virtua believe in. You know, a rising tide raises all ships. And right now, everyone is sitting in a little dinghy, and we don't want that. We want to basically have that network effect that's going to push the entire metaverse up. Plus, one thing that we need to think about, I know I'm rambling on about this, is that when you have a market which is a new market, the way you attract new people into the market is by having brands and brand association, bringing people in until it gets more mature. And for that, you need the brands to buy into what you're doing as a vision. So that's why our IPs and brands are very important. But then also the metaverse brands and things we're creating in the metaverse are also very important. And for that, again, you need levels of collaboration and scale and groups working together that normally won't gravitate towards just one focused ecosystem. You need to cross ecosystem. So yeah.
Long excellent answer, man. Thank you. Very good. This one's, I suppose, regarding security. Okay. What prevents someone with a full set of Summit NFTs from using them to mint their free bot, then transferring them to another wallet and doing it again and again and again?
Well, that's what snapshots are for, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a certain event that you're going to be doing. It's not going to be like an unending cycle of getting bots. So yeah, I mean, lame people do that, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a nice one. What role, if any, will weather play in the metaverse? I feel like someone asked this last time as well, right? Last dev update, someone talked about the weather.
Yeah, look, right now there is no role for weather because we haven't even thought about it yet. I'm sure there will be one day. But right now I'm focused on the fundamentals, which is let's have your houses, let's have your skyscrapers, let's have utility, let's have teleportation, let's do VR, let's have usage for the vehicles. And you know what? There is going to be some weather for one of the things we're going to be doing next. And it's going to be dark and thunderous, and there will be rain.
It's a dark and thunderous night in Cardano Island.
No, this is going to be for one of the next islands that's going to have a very particular climate.
Okay.
Cardano
is there a chance? Sorry, what?
Cardano Island will have nice weather and good flying conditions. We'll incorporate that later.
We won't make it dark and thunderous. Okay. Is there a chance in the future users can connect their multiple lands into one if they have them next to each other?
You know what? It's something that will be technically possible, but like other things, it's lower down on our list. And it's something that we could do as a value add, but once we get past the generic claiming and have the plots, I'm sure that stuff
it makes sense.
Mature. Yeah. And there might even be an ability later on, and I'm not promising this at all, but we've been discussing all sorts of things, including the ability to shuffle plots around and group them together. But that again is something we've discussed with Anvil, and it's just far down the road. But as we do more and more of these sort of islands and releases and stuff, all the features that we add will ripple back down to the first ones that we've done.
The next one, man, is will there be a full map that people can see before the land claim? And can users see what the location looks like before they decide to choose location?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now that we're now up to date, so I'll communicate with Don and the team after this. The next thing we really should do is, maybe beginning of next week or whenever we agree within the team, is definitely to have a few days before where people can see the map and see zoom in, zoom out, do all of that, see where the towers sit, etc., etc.
Oh, excellent. Good one. Okay. In the claim event, are the condos included? Do they have a floor, room number, or just building number 1, 2, 3? Do they look the same or are they different? It's a multi-part question.
Okay, well, we'll start with the basics. This is a crib event which is all about land and claiming the villas which are on. This is a claim. Sorry, this is a claim event which is going to be specifically to choose the position on the land and get the deed swapped for your actual deed locked to the land. So that is different to what we're going to do with condos, because with condos you'll be able to choose the tower and be issued with your condo deed. So the mechanisms are different. So the next event is going to be about looking at the map, choosing your plot, and burning your existing deed and getting the final one, which is locked into your position. That's what this event's going to be. Then there will be another event related to land in the future, right? Which we'll give you some timing for, which is now you have got your deed and you know the plot. We'll do something called a crib event, which means that those people will get their villa dropped to them, single, small, medium, or large. And that is going to be given to them pretty much. And it's going to be It'll either be a free mint or an airdrop. Right now, we're working on the best way to do it. But they will get that villa. And when they get that villa, they will also have the small, medium, or large space in there fully functional for them to start putting their NFTs into, resizing stuff, decking out, doing the furniture. And that is a feature of this whole activity. You're doing a claim now, then you're going to have the crib event where you'll get your free villa. And then also, we'll then be introducing other villas that people can buy as prefabs with more floors, more features, more functionality. And we're going to encourage people to design stuff that they can bring to us that we can also publish on the marketplace. And the condos is going to be another event which is going to follow after this event. So this is the claim event for land. The condo event is going to be where you just choose the tower, okay? And we will just issue you your deed, and it's going to be like a lucky dip on which floor you're on.
Got it.
Right. So basically, you'll be able to choose the tower, and then you get the deed saying, okay, you are on the 19th floor on Tower A, and each tower will have a different design. And the marina.
Okay, different design. Okay, very nice. Yeah. Okay. Will land claim be possible through mobile?
No, it won't. This will be, we're keeping it desktop only, only because we don't want to delay it anymore. You know, we've got the desktop version working really well, and the zooming in and out with all the little blocks, small, medium, and large, we found it to be uber finicky when we were trying to do it on mobile. My view is that you want to see the entire map. You want to see where all the plots are. You want to zoom into that part and then click on what you want. On a mobile, it was just so tricky that we thought, you know what, let's just make it something. We were saying to people, go to a web browser on a desktop or some description, do it on that.
Yeah.
You'll get a better feeling for where your plot is. It's quite easy to get lost on mobile and you end up picking something in the wrong place. And then trying to move plots after you've chosen it is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay. Last question, actually, regarding roadmap. Is there a global roadmap for 23-24 that people can access? That's part one. The second term, what are Virtua's plans, short-term plans for Q4 22?
Okay, so no, there isn't, but there will be a roadmap which will take you up until midway next year, which will cover off all of the stuff that we're doing. You've seen the roadmap already, Pervez, of exactly what we're doing. And the focus here is to get the main functionality out of the cribs, to enhance the functionality of this internal spaces, to start building out the ability for people to teleport and use the massive lobbies that we've got and the hubs. And that's the focus for the rest of the year, which is, you know, a few months. And then focus more on the outside spaces next year to try to add more functionality to them. And also we'll be doing the next phase of our next main island, which is our main Virtua related one, later this year as well. But with features which are going to, again, feed back into Cardano, and other things that are up there are things like Virtua Pass and the Cardano land bots. They will also be things that are happening this year. And I won't say anything more placeholder names because we'll be communicating more about those things.
Yeah, I think the short answer is yes, we can actually put a roadmap out till mid next year, and we will do that through our channels.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're already working towards a roadmap. I mean, there's so many moving parts. I mean, right now on our roadmap, just till January, we've got 15 different product and work streams going on. And, I'm in the Lahore office. We're just surrounded by Post-its and whiteboards.
I can see behind you Post-its everywhere.
And whiteboards and everything. And we got all the teams on the different floors. And, there's just a ton going on.
Yeah, ton of energy, tons of stuff happening as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. That's all we have, Jay. That's all we have for right now. So thank you for your time. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, it's just that I'm looking forward to getting this out of the way, then heading back next week. We've got the Metaverse Assembly, which is happening in Dubai next week, which is going to be really interesting. So let's see. And also, Pervez, you're going to an awards ceremony this week for me?
I am, yes.
To represent me. So just remember, if we win anything, you don't get to keep the award. I'm just letting you know that now.
If we win something, I am the recipient of that award. It will be with me.
All All right, fair enough.
Oh, well,
Anyway,
thank you,
you
Jay,
will
man. Thank you for your time. Till next time then, yeah? Take care. I'll see you
All
soon
right.
when you're back. All right, bye.